country. If I had to travel the world to fight, then so be it.
It's their levels and their stars and superstars. Okay, and they made the championship, not the championship made them.
This is the fight fans have been waiting for, and it's finally happening after years of talk, criticism, and claims that Canelo Alvarez was avoiding it. He's now set to face pound-for-pound champ Terence "Bud" Crawford, and the announcement wasn't low-key. They launched it with a face-off that sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Two of the most dominant fighters of this era, one ring, and a huge legacy at stake. And if that face-off showed us anything, this fight is going to be intense.
The one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it. It ain't about no belt. It ain't about nothing. You didn't sign the contract. We want to win, and he want to be the best, and he is the best. So that's what's going to be the difference. You know, Crawford got guts. He got a fighting spirit. So when you see Crawford, he going to go in there and get busy with Canelo. Don't you even doubt that. You understand? You ain't never seen Crawford stay on the back foot in no fight in his life. You understand? He the type of guy to go get you. So expect him to go get him. We going to do everything we can to him. We going to do whatever we got to do. But one thing you can expect is Crawford is going to step to him. Because you can't beat Canelo going on the back foot forever. You got to go get him. You got to do something. And he better know Crawford.
Let's talk about the face-off that blew up the internet. Crawford versus Canelo's first stare-down happened right after Canelo's dominant win over William Skull. He was still sweating, gloves off, smile fading, when Terence Crawford stepped into the ring looking focused and ready. You could feel the intensity. No one stepped in between them, no forced handshakes, just two champions locked and staring each other down. Crawford stayed calm with a slight smirk while Canelo's posture said loud and clear, "You're in my house." The crowd at the MGM Grand went wild, with half chanting Canelo and the other half shouting Bud. It was the kind of energy we haven't seen since Mayweather versus Pacquiao. And let's be clear, this isn't just another major fight. This is the one Crawford's been chasing for years, ever since he stopped Errol Spence Jr. and became the undisputed champ at welterweight. He's been calling out Canelo again and again, but every time Canelo had a reason not to take it, saying Crawford was too small or he wouldn't drop weight.
I can't go down anymore. But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because then everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then, you know, he need to enjoy his fight. Okay, he deserve it. He deserve it. I like Spence, but you know, I like Spence and all the respect for him and everything. But I knew. I think is the type of fight Terence Crawford is different. 168, but like I say, like he say, nobody's gonna give me credit for that.
Meanwhile, Crawford kept racking up wins and building a record that made all the excuses sound hollow. He dominated at lightweight, then junior welter, then welterweight, and now he's stepping up to super middleweight, ready to take on the challenge head on.
Every time I see him, he'd come and be like, "Canelo."
You know, yeah, you know how Billy do it too, yeah.
Every time, I be like, "Man, come on, man."
Yeah.
So every time he say that, you know, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at like, okay, and he's not that big. You know, he heavy, but he not that big.
Right.
You know, and I'm just like, all right. I'm laughing, but at the same time, it started hitting me like, all right, man, maybe he on to something. You know, and then I started sizing him up, and I'm like, all right, well, Canelo 5'7", you know, my arm's longer.
Yeah.
He's strong, I'm strong.
Right.
You know, it'd be, to me, skill for skill.
Right.
You know, because Canelo's not the biggest 168 fighter. So I just started looking into it, and I'm like, man.
No more avoiding, no more delays. After Canelo's latest win over William Skull, fans wanted a real challenge, and Canelo knew he couldn't put it off any longer.
I've been beating up big dudes all my life.
Cause they underestimate your bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
That's definitely, that's definitely gonna be, you know what I mean, one of the moments. You know, I need the doubters to fuel me. What you think he'll do if he go up 2 more weight classes? I need that, you know, because that's gonna make me more focused and turn into a different animal. So I need the people to say, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I'm...
And the one calling Canelo out every time he avoided Crawford was none other than Oscar de la Hoya.
Who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who? Oscar. Oscar também comprado da Oscar being back in New York over here. No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts. Let's get it. If you see Thursdays, back Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right? I'll even do it for you. Little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game. Unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, this is the truth again.
The tension between him and Canelo goes way back, and ever since Canelo left Golden Boy Promotions, things have only gotten worse.
Company you fought under for decades has always had one name, and it's mine. So put some fucking respect on it. As for Jaime, he has always dared to be great, just as he's this Saturday night, of a full circle for him. Remember when Jaime...
So you can bet when Canelo finally faces Bud, Oscar will be right there ringside, fully supporting Crawford, because let's be honest, nothing would make De La Hoya happier than seeing Canelo take a loss.
Cause, let's be real, there's nothing De La Hoya wants more than to see Canelo catch an L.
But Crawford doesn't rely on his power, he relies on his IQ. Crawford, what he did to Spence was magic, was incredible, was amazing. And so, look, one thing about Canelo is that we all know that he walks in the ring as if there's wet cement, right? His footwork is a little too heavy. Crawford is such a smart fighter where he can just, he's like Bruce Lee, literally. And he's in his peak, he's in his prime, and so I think that if that fight ever happens, which I don't think it will, if that fight ever happens, I have to go with Crawford.
There you have it, Oscar De La Hoya talking about Crawford.
Now let's take a step back to how we got here. It all started with Canelo versus William Skull.
Canelo fans, please pray for Canelo. He's about to fight William Skull in Saudi. Pray for Canelo, bro. Pray for Canelo, bro.
Bro, but don't you get it? Canelo will never lose because Turkey needs him to win.
Yeah, he's not gonna lose.
There's no way Turkey gets his Crawford fight if Canelo loses, so that's not happening.
It's a deeper, darker criminal link. I don't trust it. Pray for Canelo, man. Turkey might say, yeah, you was talking all that shit when I was first trying to get you. Now look what we gonna do for you. We got you in Riyadh. Let's get that L up off you. And you still gotta fight Crawford.
Skull entered the fight undefeated with a lot of hype and hunger, but right from the start it was clear he couldn't match Canelo's level. Canelo stayed calm in the center of the ring, picked his shots, and broke Skull down with ease. Body shots, uppercuts, and smart movement made it feel like he was just getting some work in.
How are you feeling after your great performance tonight?
Oh, I feel great. I win, you know. I come to put a great show, but you know, to put a great show you need both fighters. So, but at the end of the day, win is a win.
Are you frustrated with William Skull?
Yeah, a little bit, but.
What did you say to him at the end of the fight?
I say to him, you know, you just come to, you can not win a fight like that, fighting like that, and he say, I'm sorry. You know, it's my first time and I just tried to put a good fight and I'm so sorry. That's fine.
How are you feeling after your great performance tonight?
Oh, I feel great. I win, you know. I come to put a great show, but to put a great show, you need both fighters. So, but at the end of the day, win is a win.
Are you frustrated with William Scott?
Yeah, a little bit, but.
What did you say to him at the end of the fight?
I say to him, you just come to, you can not win a fighting like that, and he say, I'm sorry, it's my first time, and I just tried to put a good fight, and I'm so sorry.
It ended with a clear, unanimous decision, and even though some fans weren't thrilled with the matchup, everything changed when Crawford entered the ring. That moment shifted everything. What seemed like just another routine fight for Canelo suddenly became the biggest headline of 2025, and now it's official. Canelo Alvarez will face Terence Crawford later this year. No catchweights, no warm-up fights, no drama.
How long ago was it for yourself when you realised that the Canelo Alvarez fight is a possibility for you? Just you know what I mean? Looking over the landscape of boxing and the opportunities and the accomplishment that Canelo had, and sizing them up and things like that. I know we ain't never been in the ring before, but it's a great opportunity for me in my career. And that idea of yourself of chasing greatness, inside, how much does that excite you over that, with it all together, our idea of chasing greatness? It's always something you've done, to do that sort of stepping up in weights. How much is that an exciting proposition for you? Oh, it's very exciting. It's like throwing gasoline on a bucket of fire. I'm very competitive, and I'm looking to be competitive in a fight.
Crawford is stepping up to 168 to take on one of the toughest fighters in the sport, and that's what makes this fight so wild. It's not just about titles or even building a legacy, it's about having the guts to chase greatness.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always have respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
Canelo has ruled the super middleweight division, staying undefeated and holding all the belts. He's faced names like John Ryder, Jermall Charlo, Edgar Berlanga, and William Skull. And while those fighters deserve respect, none of them are on Crawford's level now. Let's talk about what this move really means for Bud Crawford. This isn't just moving up in weight, it's stepping straight into danger. Canelo has faced serious threats at 168, and even up at 175. His power is on another level. Just ask Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, or Sergey Kovalev. Meanwhile, Crawford started out at 135 pounds. Think about that, he's jumping up 3 full weight classes from where he began.
Let me tell you what I think should be going. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermall Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3, and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago. Because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Many boxing experts are concerned for Crawford. Some are asking what happens if he takes a clean shot from Canelo to the body or the chin. This isn't Spence, this isn't Porter, this is Canelo, the pride of Mexican boxing, with serious knockout power in both hands.
It is my biggest concern when it comes to Terence Bud Crawford, when people, for some reason, keep mistakenly comparing him to Floyd Mayweather when it comes to being an elusive fighter. Terence Crawford and Boots Ennis has a similar approach to boxing. They are boxer punchers. And it's because Terence Crawford was too big and too strong for most of the opponents. He was too athletic, too. Foot speed, hand speed, just too accurate. Physically, probably the best athlete in the boxing world. He does the same thing, which is why he's been dropped, which is why he's been rocked, which is why he gets hit a lot with consecutive punches. You saw him against Madrimov, you saw him against David Aziz. You saw the type of punches he was getting landed on from Showtime Sean Porter, right? Because he's used to bullying cats. And that's what I'm concerned about with him versus Canelo Alvarez.
But here's the thing, Crawford has been here before. Every time he moves up, people doubt him, say he's too small. And yet every single time, he proves them wrong and takes over.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
He didn't just beat Spence, he made it look easy like a sparring match, and now Crawford is bigger, stronger, and more dangerous than he's ever been. So the real question is, can that skill and fight IQ hold up at 168, or is this finally the point where the weight becomes too much?
Terence Crawford has had one fight above 147 pounds, and everyone, including Terence Crawford, will tell you that was not his finest performance against Israel Madrimov. He is older than Canelo. He is coming up in weight. He is coming off a long layoff. I can't look at Canelo Williams' school and say, you know what, Canelo is too far in a decline to beat Terence Crawford. Not until I've seen what Terence Crawford looks like at 168 pounds.
Well, same here. You know, we can see Canelo Alvarez diminishing. We're still going to favor him because he's been in there with bigger, stronger men. Crawford's not going to be able to hurt him. Crawford will be able to pepper him up, you know, win rounds. Like I tell you, I have an image of Canelo Alvarez after the fight. He's going to be bloodied and bruised because he's going to get pot shotted. He's going to throw 2-3 punches, pepper him up, and then get an angle. Then once Canelo starts realizing I'm falling behind here or I'm getting hit too much, I got to do something great. That's when Crawford's going to have to get on his.
And let's not forget, there's a big debate about Crawford not having the same level of opponents or resume as Canelo, and that could play a major role in how this fight turns out.
There's no Triple G on Bud's resume. There's no Trout on Bud's resume. There's no Daniel Jacobs on Bud's resume. Canelo is the one that's fought the elite level opposition. It's Canelo that fought Laura. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ.
Yeah, but Bud is an elite boxer.
So you're an elite boxer, but you haven't fought elite boxer.
Let's get into opinions because the boxing world is divided. Edgar Berlanga put it simply, when it comes to skill, Bud has the edge, but at the end of the day, the weight difference is real, and that's where Canelo has the advantage.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that is his weight. Yeah. And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out. You know what I'm saying?
Sean Porter has his concerns too, but in the opposite direction, he's worried about Canelo stepping into the ring with someone who might actually be stronger and bigger than people expect.
The others say, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So.
But let's take a step back and look at the big picture. If Terence Crawford wins this fight, he cements his place as one of the all-time greats, no debate, undisputed in 2 divisions, and beating Canelo at 168. That's a Hall of Fame career turned legendary.
Along my career, I've been criticized and people have taken credit away from me just to try to diminish my accomplishments, just off of pure hate. So what would they be able to say with me going up 2 weight classes? If Canelo become undisputed again and I beat Canelo, what could they say? They'll say something. But
Yeah, they gonna find something, you know that.
But what can they really say?
Right.
You know?
And if Canelo wins, he silences everyone who ever claimed he was avoiding Crawford. He proves once again why he's not just the face of Mexican boxing, but the face of the sport worldwide. This is bigger than just a fight, it's legacy against legacy, 2 elite careers meeting at their highest point. So the countdown is on Crawford versus Canelo. Who are you picking? That's it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. And drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.